Hello and welcome, my name is Nick Sammut from Rushmoor Painting and Decorating. Today I'm going to be giving you a product review on behalf of the Trade Decorator product review team. The product we're looking at is the Wagner Pp90 Airless Spray unit. This is the extra skid version. It's one of their newest entry-level pro sprayers on the market. And in this review I'm going to be giving you a few specs on the machine, what it comes with in the box when you buy it, also showing you some footage of it in action, a few things I like about it, a few things I feel could be improved. So stay tuned for all of that. But before we get stuck into the review, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, let us know if you've used it, what your thoughts are. Also, if you could hit the notification bell at the top, that would be great, because that way any future content we upload you'll be notified of immediately. So, without further ado, the Wagner Pp90 Airless Spray unit, extra skid. So, as it says on the box as such, it's a skid version, it's a non-wheeled version, so it's quite low down, it's quite compact. It's got a flow rate of 1.6 litres a minute, which is comparable to other airless sprayers in the entry-level pro range category. Its price is about £800, so it's the same sort of price bracket as a lot of other sprayers in its category, and it weighs in at around 10 kg. Which is considerably light for an airless sprayer. I don't think anyone's going to struggle moving this around on the job. What comes in the box when you buy it is a 15-metre hose, which is a good length of hose for most work, meaning you can put the sprayer in one position and have the hose follow you round. It's got the Vector Pro gun. It comes with a guard and HEA tip 517. This is an incredible tip. I love the HEA spray tips. They're my go-to ones for emulsions. It's got a bottle of Easy Glide throat seal for the packings and stuff. It's also got a little pouch for the spanners that come with it for undoing hoses and guns and whatnot. And also it's got a pressure gauge, which is a HEA pressure gauge, which works in conjunction with the HEA tip as well, so you know where you are with regards to the pressure. I'm going to show you some footage of this sprayer in action before I tell you a few things I like and dislike about it, so you'll see what sort of work can be done with this type of little machine. As you can see, it coped with all of those products really well. It worked better than I thought it would. For a small machine like this, you normally have to thin out the material more than you would like to, and with those products, they're high viscosity products, especially the emulsions, and I only had to thin them out about 10%, 15%, whereas from experience with smaller airless sprayers like this, you have to sometimes thin them out more than that, therefore compromising the quality of the product. But with this, it handled everything really, really well. Since that little bit of footage, I have sprayed top coats on the woodwork and it performs phenomenally with that as well. No issues there at all. So the first thing I really like about this machine is that it's really lightweight, and at 10 kg it just means that it's suitable for anyone to be able to carry it around and not have to struggle. If you're parking your van quite away from the job, the fact that it's not on wheels means that you have to carry it, and the fact it's lightweight is beneficial. The second thing I really like about it is that it's just really compact and sleek, and most airless sprayers tend to look a bit like transformers. They've got bits poking out here, bits poking out there, and they can kind of be a bit awkward. And due to its weight and the fact that it's compact, it's actually quite centralized. So a lot of the actual weight is right through the middle, so it doesn't tip forward when you carry it or tip back or pull to one side. It's quite well balanced, which is good. And the fact it's quite compact and sleek, when you come to clean it down, because everything's smooth, it's just nice to wipe down and easy to keep clean, which is another little feature I like about it. The third thing I really like about it is it just handled everything I use on a regular basis. So the emulsions, the primers, you know, everything like that, I know that it can handle it, which is reassuring, because this sprayer is really going to be aimed at domestic use. You're not going to be taking this onto a building site and spraying thick, heavy fire retardant coatings and stuff like that. We'll be using it on a daily basis, spraying meters and meters of wall space and ceiling space. You're going to be spraying a room here, a room there, a bit of woodwork there, a ceiling there. So this sprayer can handle a lot for its size and its sort of category within the airless spray market. So I was really impressed with the fact it could do all the things I wanted it to. One little cool feature I like about it is just under here there's a little ball release valve. So when you're cleaning an airless sprayer out, sometimes even if you clean it out really thoroughly, get all the excess paint out of it and the water's all running clear, and even if you use the proper cleaners, sometimes the ball can still stick. And what you have to do is when you come to use it the next time, maybe not the next day but in a week or so, you have to give it a little tap with a spanner or a hammer, just lightly, just to help free up the ball. And it's not very professional and it could cause damage to the machine. But having this little ball here, ball release valve, you just give it a little push and that releases the ball and helps the machine prime up and load up the paint. And I just think that's a really cool little feature, and I think that should be industry standard. I know it's nothing new from Wagner, but I think a lot of manufacturers should follow suit, because ones I've used before don't have that option, and you have to give them a crack with a hammer, and it's, as I said, not very professional and probably doesn't do the machine any good at all. So they're the things I really like about it, and there are a few things I feel can be improved. And the first thing is this suction hose assembly. I've got a few things about it I don't like, and it's a bit of a love-hate relationship. Because it's a sleek plastic, it does clean down really well. So when you've got it in the paint for a day and then you come to take it out and clean it, normally you get like a paint build up at the top, and sometimes if it's metal or rubber, that doesn't clean off as easily over time. But with this plastic, the paint doesn't adhere to it, so it's easy to clean, but it's really rigid, and moving it around from tub of paint to water or tub of paint to another tub of paint, you actually have to lift the sprayer up, or, you know, kind of awkwardly angle it and then move it around, which isn't a problem because the sprayer isn't heavy, but it just overcomplicates it. And I feel if that was rubber, or even if it was rubber up to the top bit there and then the bend downwards was plastic, so you've got the easy clean option there but also the flexibility up here, it would just make doing that process a lot easier and quicker. And the fact that it's rigid and you're moving it around quite awkwardly puts a bit of strain on this section down here, and I don't know over time how that would hold up, if it would break or crack or potentially damage it in any way. So the suction tube assembly is something I feel could be improved, and also the suction filter here, I had no issues with it. Got a bit of water coming out of it. Had no issues with it in terms of performance, but because it's plastic, I feel that if you weren't paying attention, it was out about on the job site or whatever, and you stood on it, that would crack. And although if it was metal, it would still damage it, there'd be less chance of it actually breaking completely. So I feel the plastic could be upgraded to metal, making it a better overall section here, and just changing that to maybe rubber, at least half of it to rubber, so you've got more flexibility with it. And also, when you're storing it, unless you take this assembly off, which you can only do with the main suction tube, you can't do with the priming tube, because the priming tube is a push fit like valve thing, and it's not easy to get off, and if you did pull that out, I think you'd probably damage the mechanisms for the push fit. So you couldn't take this off all the time. It sits like this, which is quite, you know, it protrudes out quite far. So having that option of maybe a flexible bit of rubber at the top or half of it, you could then fold it back and strap it, or keep it compact this side. So I feel that's one thing that could be improved. And also, just quickly, it would be good if there was a little wrap for the cable, because you have to wrap it around the machine, and that's awkward as well. It doesn't look too professional. I think that could be improved. And the second thing I feel could be improved with the machine is what comes with it when you buy it. So it comes with the guard and the tip, a 517 HEA tip, which is great. But I feel they could also chuck in a fine finish tip for woodwork as well to kind of complete the package. I think that would be a good thing. But overall, a really solid little machine. It did everything I wanted it to in the time I've used it. Over a year or 2 years, I can't talk about how it's performed because I haven't had it that long, but I don't see why, if you look after it, you clean it regularly, you keep on top of everything, I don't see why it wouldn't perform continuously for you. Yeah, overall, really happy with it. Out of 10, I'd give it a 9. I think it's a fair overall rating. There's a few things that could be improved. There are a lot of good features, good things about it. It did everything I wanted it to. It's lightweight, it's compact and stuff, but suction tube and maybe a tip for woodwork would be an addition to it as well. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the Wagner PP90 extra skid version. Thank you for watching our video. As I said at the beginning, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and also hit that notification bell, so anything that we upload in the future, you'll be notified of immediately. And thanks for watching. See you soon.